Hello, my Jellyfitters. My name is Jim, and this is your Daily Brogue for the 11th of October, or August, 2026. I wish it was October. Then I wouldn't have to worry about trying to do these during the semester, which I probably won't have time for. Okay, so what would I like to talk about today? Let's talk about um is there a yes, there was. Let's talk about a monster, right? I want to have a monster. So for the level I was talking about, for the dungeon I was designing last time that I showed you, I said there was going to be a bug collapse, right? Which, to my mind is like a bugbear cyclops. And so, thinking a little bit about the Odyssey, I have not seen the movie, so just the Odyssey itself. I think I actually put on I had theater arts in high school rather than communications. And so in theater arts, I had put on the Cyclops as a play with some friends. And then, of course, the Cyclopses show up in the Aeneid as well. So that's sort of where I get my ideas for what is a Cyclops, right? Um, and as you may have noticed previously, I probably should have done. See, I should have looked at that first. Everything I need right there. We will continue out here to try some of these potions. Strength and telepathy. Okay. That was wrong. And so I'm going to have to try the ring. Should I try the leather armor? What the hell? It's okay. So no worse than my standard leather. So obviously I added sheep. So this bug clops has a bunch of sheep, and when entering the lair of the bug clops, which is level 1, basically your job is to not wake up the bug clops. That's what I would say your job is as a player. Because I think the best thing to do is to make the bug clops say something like a weak version of an ogre, somewhere between a bugbear and an ogre, right? Um, I do want. Oh crap! I needed that potion. That potion was from this level. It must have been, and I used it instead. So because I need something that will get burned through that barricade. Let's see. Everything but the pink. Detect magic. Okay. Fire immunity and invisibility. But I already found incineration. Action charm, not what I'm looking for. And a sword. Not great. A regular sword is not great, but it's better than a dagger, right? So let's go ahead and use that. Indigo potion, blue potion. Another detect magic. And down here, around here. So the bug clops is and another blue potion. Okay. Let's try it. Apply. Yes. Descent does not let me in there. Okay. And as long as I've got it through N, hallucination. Anything I can do? No. So I want to try some trial runs of the bug clops, see how it does. Um, and just see how deadly it ends up being. If it's not that deadly, maybe I can jack it up a little bit. If it is really deadly, then maybe I can reduce that difficulty a little bit. But first, I'd have to, check it out. So I didn't really look at it as, you know, halfway between an ogre and a bugbear. When I did that, I just said, okay, I wanted a little bit worse than a bugbear. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't as bad as an ogre, which it wasn't, but it was about halfway there. Um, but I can make it easier, right? So I can do something like give it disadvantage to hit because it only has one eye, right? This is probably acceptable. I'd accept it. That's my dude. Now I want to see what's in there. Okay, it's a good ring. And whatever in that upstairs thing is basically gone now. This is the end. I'm not going to go back up after this. So that mistake with the incineration, drinking that incineration potion, which I thought came from a monkey that had stolen it off of me. Like that guy stole my splint mail. Let's see. Now, is there something around here that I could use to circumvent that? I have a descent. The descent will send it down, so I can use the descent on that and get around it. Right, I can send that to the lower level. We saw that I couldn't do that with the barricade, but I can do it with that thing. Discord 4 and in transmit 2. Not probably the world's greatest, but useful as seen. P. So I could do something like that. Now, it's really easy to avoid, well, I shouldn't say it's really easy, but it is easy to avoid the bug clops because the bug clops only cares that you're messing around with the sheep. And so if you stop messing around with the sheep, he'll be perfectly happy, not worrying about you, right? So it's very easy to avoid confrontation with the bug clops, except for the obvious problem, which is going to be, well, I guess it's not obvious, but for the problem that is your bug clops or your sheep are, of course, making a mess all over the dungeon. Remove D, remove J, apply E, equip J, equip D. Okay, so that's our take on the bug clops. So, um, pretty much. So the encounter with the goblins is that the goblins don't want you to wake up the bug clops, obviously, because the bug clops is pretty nasty. Yeah, I guess it's about time to check that out. These are all bad. The mace is good. Um, and there's a goblin something or other over there. Okay, so he also has a good thing. What is it? Well, let's see what it is. Dagger. So let's get his guys on my side. That did not last very long. Um, okay, let's throw an R over here. Get away from the confusing gas. Let those guys play amongst themselves. Oop, so one of them hit one of those things. Okay. Let's see. Crap. Okay, equip. De-equip. Oh, play. So, um, it's actually the first thing you should do when designing a monster is just figure out, you know, how how bad should it be? It should be bad enough to worry the people it's supposed to worry, but not so bad that it necessarily kills people when they do normal things. Now, if you give people warning, then it's okay to give somebody too high a level thing. So probably I would say that if I have 4 first level characters, 5 first level characters, the bug clops should wipe the floor with them. That would be my guess. So that's what I have to check. And that'll determine how many okay, so let's try some stuff, right? G Discord. Um H Protect weapon. Okay, good. Uh, I, enchanting. We will go with K because we don't know what the weapon is yet. Let's see. What else do we have? M, which would be teleportation. All right. So there we go. Teleportation, another enchanting. Um, at, at this point, okay, let's see. Entrancement. There we go. It's just a +2 mace. So take it. We can take it. We can leave it. It's good. Remember that if we need to do something. Now, this thing might trigger that I just got, so that's why I'm using the dagger. Because if the dagger triggers, it tells me a lot about the dagger that I want to keep it instead of the deal. It still wants to run. Oops. Let's see. What I wanted to hit the teleportation. There we go. Where am I? Okay. Recharging and M. Aggravation. Okay. I I might not be able to do this one. All right. I might be dead. I might be dead. I might be dead. Dead. All right. Let's see. E. So, I mean, making up monsters is not that hard. All you have to do is have an idea, right? Crap. I thought I removed it. Another one. Uh, That was being stupid again. Let's see. How am I doing? What am I doing? Uh, quit. Oh, bam, bam. Why? There I did. Depth 9.